Hello everyone, how are you doing? Anthony Joshua now has a new tattoo, and he decided to draw um, a finger on his finger, middle finger. This is fuck for middle finger, alright? This is fuck for middle finger, and he drew a lion there. So as you can see here, this is the face of the lion, but down here you could see a tree or something like a forest. Then you could see a cloud, then there is a sun. Alright, there is a sun, then above it there is a lion. Okay, that's the new thing he drew. So he decided to throw a fuck sign or gang sign or whatever you call it. So what does this remind you of? What does this remind you of? So this first of all, people are saying that, look, about Anthony Joshua, hey, look, he is thrown away the good guy, what do you call it now, pretense, he's coming out to be cocky, and people have been saying, people like Dillian White has been saying that Anthony Joshua is not the good guy he paints to be on the screen. That in reality is this cocky, proud guy, bad boy. That's his real attitude. But on the screen, he comes out as very nice, super likable human being. Paints a different personality on the screen. You understand? So Dillian White is not the only person that says it. Some other people that have met him have said things like that. And then some people are starting to say that he's starting to be his real self after he lost all his belts. That he's starting to show his real attitude. So you wouldn't see him throw gang signs like this or whatever fuck sign like this, before he lost the belt. Now he has lost it. He decided to tattoo his middle finger. Okay, so now let's look at what, for me personally, this reminds me of something. We remember that in 2003, Mike Tyson have started losing a lot of embarrassing fights, and he decided one day he woke up that he was gonna draw something on his face. Look at, he got a huge tribal tattoo on his face, and to everybody that was very funny and it appeared stupid at the time, you know what I'm saying? Now, but what that showed was that he was already losing fights. He was trying to make himself more scary. He was no longer the scary Mike Tyson that people used to fear whenever he comes into the ring. You understand? He was no longer that person. He was now the guy that is easily beatable. He can be beat. That's what he showed. And most boxers have learned the formula to beat him. He has lost most of the trainers that made him strong. People like Teddy Atlas and so many trainers that made him who he was. He has fired all of them, and he's now his own boss and all. So his power had already waned, So when he drew this tattoo, you could say that he was trying to look scary because he has lost the real power. So that's what Anthony Joshua's tattoo reminds me of. I don't know whether that's why he did it, because this is not his first tattoo. He has a tattoo on his shoulder and on the back of his neck. But this one that he drew on his middle finger, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it makes you start to think, if the reason he drew this is because of the same reason Mike Tyson drew that on his face, then he's starting to doubt himself. And when a fighter is starting to doubt himself, then there is problem. What it means is that he wouldn't find the will to continue when he's tested again. Whenever he's tested, look, for real, Anthony Joshua has a very clean chance of knocking out Andy Ruiz. He has a very clean chance. He demonstrated that in the first fight, that he has the power to put down Andy Ruiz. So in the second rematch, you could see a situation where Anthony Joshua knocks out Andy Ruiz just because of the natural power he has, all right? Because that second fight is going to be about who hits first. Now, but that's not all. The loss to Andy Ruiz shows that has exposed Anthony Joshua. People now know that if you can try and hit him hard enough, he's gonna fall. Unlike Deontay Wilder, for instance, no matter how many times you hit Deontay Wilder, he's not going down. Ortiz hit him 20 times in quick succession, and he did not go down. This Ortiz is a knockout artist. Many fighters cannot stand one punch from Ortiz. Many, if you've watched his fights, many fighters cannot stand even one punch from Ortiz. Now, he uses one punch to KO many fighters. But he hits Deontay Wilder 20 times with all his strength. In fact, that was the thing that drained his energy. With all his strength, he hit Deontay Wilder 20 times. And Wilder still walked back to his seat by himself. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how tough Wilder's jaws are. Very strong. Now, you can't compare it with Anthony Joshua's jaw. So the first time I saw Klitschko hit Anthony Joshua and Joshua went down, I knew immediately that Joshua's jaws were his weakness. That's where his weakness is. He's not able to withstand strong blows. So unfortunately, no other fighter was able to capitalize on that. But now Andy Ruiz has exposed that the best time to attack Joshua is when he's attacking you. Unlike what most fighters used to do in the past, what people used to do was whenever Joshua attacks, they would try to go defensive, either run away or try to hold Joshua or clinch, and that usually ends in disaster. All right, that was how he KO'd Dillian Whyte. Whyte wouldn't fight back when Joshua was attacking, so it was Whyte will allow Joshua to conclude his attack before launching his own. So, but when you look back and see what Ruiz did, Anthony Joshua knocked Ruiz down. Ruiz was like, okay, let's roll. You understand? Let's rock. He stood up, and while Joshua was trying to knock him down, he started fighting back. And he wasn't just fighting back randomly, he was fighting back smart. That was the point that made the whole difference in the fight. Ruiz was standing toe-to-toe, face-to-face with Joshua without taking a back step and exchanging blows, and in the process, he was fighting smart. So at a point, he just showed up behind Joshua and then hit him behind the head. That was the punch that made a difference. And every other time he hit Joshua in the head, Joshua wobbled. So that has exposed Joshua. So whether Ruiz loses the next fight or not, Joshua is already in trouble because the next fighter now has a template to beat Joshua. So guys, I'm going to stop here. You let me know what you think about the tattoos. I personally think that the tattoo, the artist did a great job. This is really great for this tiny space to be able to draw out all these things in this tiny space. I think he did a great job. You let me know what you think. We can talk about it.